Hi guys, it's Jess here. This is TransLove Take 2. So my video is kind of late, and this past week was an open topic, and I usually post on Thursdays-ish, not as much recently, but I thought that I would do a video that it's kind of tough for me to do, and I know it's something that a lot of us have been going through, I guess, some hard times, busy schedules, and I figured since it was an open topic, I would talk about something that I feel hits home with a lot of us, if not most of us. I even had to make myself a little script because it's a very hard thing to write. I tried to do this video last week a few times, and it was really, really difficult for me to get through it, and I just really had to keep starting over, and it was very frustrating. So I'm going to do my best. One take. Let's do this. So we've all talked about dysphoria with our guys and how it makes them feel, and how it makes us feel, what they go through when they're feeling dysphoric, and how we feel through that time as well. And something that I think goes right with it for a lot of us is depression. The more people I come across and the more people I talk to, get to know better, I tend to notice that there are way more of us out there that are going through our own battles than I guess I realized. I don't know a lot, if any, statistics about depression, so I can only speak from my point of view and my experiences through this. Please keep in mind this is how I feel, and about my depression and going through it. It's what I went through. This is what I'm currently going through within my life, battling depression. So every single person is different. Everyone has different circumstances, and what is right or wrong for me is not necessarily right or wrong for anybody else. I just wanted to kind of share my story. So but before I begin my probably drawn out story, I really seriously want everyone to remember, whether you're going through this or you know somebody who's going through this, you are not alone. Nobody is ever alone. You should never think that you don't have anybody by your side, or you don't have someone in your corner, someone to talk to, someone to relate to how you feel. There's always somebody to lend a hand or an ear or a shoulder. A lot of times I have to remind myself about that too. I am not alone. You are not alone. None of us are alone. Okay, so I've been battling depression for a very long time. I believe I was diagnosed when I was about 16. I used to cut myself a lot, so that didn't help anything whatsoever. It only made the problem worse. I was prescribed to different medications through doctors, and I went to weekly therapy sessions. I stopped taking the medication shortly after I had started it. I didn't like the way that it made me feel. I kind of felt zombified and, motionless. I mean, of course, I didn't really feel sad anymore, but I kind of didn't feel like I could enjoy the things that I love, the things that I like to do. So, and then I realized after a few years of being off medication that, I didn't want some pill to fix me. I wanted to fix me. I wanted to be strong enough to make me better without, the help of any drugs doing that. I had continued therapy for a long time after that, which I really think that was one of the best things I could have ever done. It was definitely my saving grace, especially at that time. I was able to talk to someone where I was never judged. I always felt safe, and every time that I came out of that room, I felt like a weight was lifted. Like I was going to be okay. Like the road just got brighter ahead of me. But then after a few years, I just felt like I didn't need it anymore. I didn't feel the same issues going on in my head. I didn't feel the same sadness. Stopped. Which I was perfectly okay with that. I kind of guess that's normal. Maybe, I don't know, but I thought that was good for me. So, and I felt too for a very long time that I was in control of myself. Like I felt sad at times, but I didn't feel like, my feelings and emotions were out of control. Like I didn't know why I was feeling the way I did, and I didn't know what was going on, or if it was ever going to get better. Like I felt really, really good for a really long time. In a way, I guess I kind of felt like I was cured. Like I didn't have it anymore. There's nothing to worry about. But you know, lo and behold, little by little, I started to feel it creeping up on me again. You know, it's like you can feel this darkness inside of me that was just waiting for the right time to show its weary head. I felt like I was angry for no reason. I was sad for no reason at times. I just couldn't get a hold of myself. It felt like my world inside of me was spinning out of control. And it was affecting everybody around me too. It definitely affected more than just me. So I'm following my script because I tend to lose my head thinking about this, so it makes me really sad. Okay, so then within the past few years, I feel like I've been going down a downhill struggle for a while. Sometimes it seems to get harder and harder every day. You know, life has a really funny way of pushing you to your limits all the time. So, I kind of thought of this analogy that, I don't know, I really like it, but it's like when you've been living on this plateau of green grass and sunny skies that goes on for miles in every direction. And then out of nowhere, there's this cliff. You've never seen it before, or maybe you have seen it before. But as time goes on, you get closer and closer to that cliff. And as hard as you try to run in the other direction, something just keeps slowing you down. You know, it just keeps pulling you back, and you can't help but just give in little by little and little, because it's so draining to just keep fighting it off. You know, you get so tired after a while, you just let it suck you in, and poof, you relapse, and you're going in circles again, fighting your way out of this hole, this just black freaking abyss called depression. You can't control it, you can't stop it, and sometimes I feel like the harder that I tried, the worse that it got. You know, for me, I feel like I've been pushed in all different extremes and all different levels in my life. You know, stress, heartbreak, death of, you know, people that I loved, new life of people that I love. You know, it's a roller coaster of ups and downs, and trying to find that perfect medium within all of us so that you don't lose control is really, really difficult. When I'm feeling my lowest, I truly am my own worst enemy. My mind is the most toxic thing that I can experience. The more I try to control my own thoughts, the worse it gets. You know, I tell myself I'm a failure. You know, like I can't do this anymore. I don't know why I keep trying. That I'm always going to be fat and I can't follow through with anything. And every single bad thing or sad thing that I could ever think about or that I ever thought about in my entire life just goes through my head, like just snowballs out of control. And, you know, it seems like, you know, all the times I've been hurt by other people, it was a piece of cake because I could walk away from those situations, but I just can't walk away from my own head. You know, a lot of time there's just barely any way that I can really express my feelings verbally. You know, like I can't just gather them myself. And it's really hard to put it into words. You know, I guess maybe it's a little bit easier if I'm not feeling that depressed and having a good day, you know, I guess it is a lot better. But, you know, somehow within the midst of all the self-loathing and the self-destruction, low self-esteem, you know, there are times in between I just feel these bouts of clarity. You know, there are moments that I kind of hits me that I kind of feel like myself again. Like I'm peeking out a little bit, you know, like, of course, the depression, I guess, kind of takes over, but it, you know, it happens. Like I can feel it in between those times. So it kind of gives me hope when I have that feeling, you know, that it's gonna pass eventually. You know, I'm gonna get through this. I just have to stay focused, you know, because this is my mind, this is my body, these are my thoughts, and I can take control. You know, I can turn this around. I can make things feel better. I just need to take a deep breath, do my best to turn that frown upside down. It's really hard. It's not easy whatsoever, and there's days where I sit there and I try. I'm like I know that I shouldn't be feeling this way. I know I can feel better, and I try and I just can't. You know, and it just drains you, and you just feel like complete crap. And You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of the times I do try to stay positive. You know, I try positive exercises. I'll write down all the things that I'm grateful for. You know, luckily I have great friends and family who help me out with that. You know, I'm so blessed with the people in my life. You know, I do breathing exercises. I breathe in for 4 seconds, I hold it for 7 seconds, and then I exhale for 8 seconds and repeat as necessary. And it really they're great with panic attacks also. You know, apparently it just really helps center you in a way. Sometimes I just cry. You know, I don't like crying in front of people. I even in front of my husband, I don't like, it's a weird thing. I don't like it. It's a very vulnerable feeling. I'm an ugly crier. I don't like crying in front of people. I like just letting loose on my own. And it feels really good. At least for a little while, it feels good. You know, and sometimes it helps if Tatum just gives me a great big bear hug and tells me it's okay. You know, that sometimes, like, any little thing, I'm grateful for it. And sometimes it does help. Sometimes it doesn't. But sometimes it does. On some rare occasions, I do feel okay about talking about it, and I try to open up and, you know, explain the best that I can how I'm feeling. And if I can't, you know, I can't. Sometimes all I need to say to my best friend is, you know, I'm feeling really shitty today. And boom, I get bombarded with all these positive quotes and, you know, great vibes, you know, sent through, you know, over to me. And it really lights a little spark inside. You know, it does help. But, you know, like I said, every person is different. This is my story of, you know, how I deal with it today, how I haven't dealt with it in the past. And, you know, everybody has good days and everybody has bad days, but you really just have to keep going. You have to keep pushing forward, and then you have to reflect. You know, sometimes I try, if I'm feeling really depressed one day, or just, you know, shit's just all crazy and stressful, you know, once it's kind of over, I kind of reflect on what it was. And I say, you know what, how can I try to make this better? You know, if I'm feeling this way, what can I do? And I prepare myself, you know, like, you know, I've made an encouragement jar for Tatum before, where if he feels like he, you know, isn't motivated to do anything, or if he's feeling dysphoric or just feeling plain low, you know, like take a piece of paper out of there, and it's going to be something inspiring, hopefully, that will help lift you up, you know, anything like that to help you. But, you know, sometimes these things work, sometimes they don't. But no matter what, don't ever lose hope that it will get better, because it will. You know, no one is ever alone through this. You know, I know I've met so many people who have been going through this battle and have fought and fought and fought. And, you know, no matter what your journey is, no matter what you're going through, somebody is always, always there. Always. There's always something positive within all the negative around us, and the negative within us. You know, you may be feeling really crappy. Things may be really bad, but you know what? If you do a 360 in your chair, I bet that you could find 5 things around you that are just so great that you will feel so grateful for. Something that you can, some positivity that you can find from something around you. You know, so don't ever lose hope that things will get better. You will be better. And if you ever doubt that, then just grab someone you love and squeeze them as hard as you can, because I can promise you there are always sunny days ahead. You know, if we didn't have the bad days, then the good ones wouldn't be so good. I love those corny little, you know, positive quotes. So I just want everyone to know that, you know, this is my story and I'm sticking to it because that's my life. And I'm here for anybody who ever feels like this, whoever feels similar, you know, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that I know who would be there for me too. So, yeah. Well, that's it. So before I really start crying, I'm going to end this, and I hope everybody gets through their struggles with a big smile on their face. And just know there's people out there who love you, and there's people out there who are there for you. So stay strong, guys. I guess I'll see you in a couple days. Hope everybody has a good week. Subscribe and comment, and, you know, love one another. Bye, guys.